Welcome to Living Lotus Yoga Online. I'm Carole. Today I'm going to talk to you about single leg circles. This is a great exercise for improving the overall health and function of your hips. It helps to stretch the legs, it helps to stretch the hips, and it's also quite a nice abdominal workout. However, the more traditional expression of this exercise is just not accessible to everybody. So today we're going to break it down with a few modifications, and I'm going to show you a nice fun variation as well. You are going to need a yoga strap or something similar like a long belt or a long scarf. Get that, and then come back and join me on the mat. So to begin, come to laying down on your back. We'll lengthen both of the legs, bring our arms down by our sides, and then just take a breath. Gently begin to engage your core by drawing your navel into your spine. We want to try and keep our hips and our shoulders nice and stable here, no rocking from side to side, which is why I'm going to show you some modifications. So go ahead and draw the left leg up to the ceiling. First of all, we'll come into the more traditional exercise for single leg circles. So what we usually see when we do our single leg circles is we draw the leg way across the body, we sweep it all the way down up to the side and back up and into center. So this is great. If it's accessible to you, fantastic. If it's not accessible to you, if you're noticing that your hips are rocking from side to side, or you're feeling pinching in the low back or even in the low abs, we're going to work on that by going through a few modifications. So instead, first thing we can do of having our legs super straight, we'll keep the toes pointed, we'll keep the leg active, but we'll soften the knee. And then we'll come into our leg circles. Already this helps to keep the pelvis nice and stable, and it's also kinder to the knee joint itself. We're not overextending anything. Another way to work on your single leg circles with your knee bent or your leg straight, whichever leg position is working for you, is just to decrease the size of the circles. This is still great for exploring range of motion in the hip. This is still great for working on hip mobility. This is still great for targeting your lower abdominals, just making it a little bit more accessible. Another great way to play with single leg circles and to help stabilize the pelvis if we're still noticing rocking is to actually bend this bottom knee. So bring the foot to the mat instead of a straight leg. Other leg up to the ceiling. It's your choice whether the leg is straight or whether the knee has a slight bend to it, but you may now notice just by bending this grounding leg, pressing the foot into the mat, it's actually helping to stabilize the pelvis. So obviously you would do this exercise on both sides of the body. In fact, you may even notice that on one side the exercise looks slightly different to the other side. That's okay. Work with what you've got. Make this exercise serve you. And a fun variation I want to show you, which is why we have our strap today, is what we're going to do with this is bring it to the arch of the foot and then extend the leg to the ceiling. So by adding in the strap here, we're giving our abdominals a little bit of a break. So maybe you don't want to work your abs, maybe you've just worked your abs a ton and they need a rest, but what you do want to do is work on hip health, hip mobility, hip range of motion. Bring a strap into the exercise. Strap goes around the arch of the extended leg. Same hand as same leg holds onto strap. Point the toes. Now we're going to have a little bit of force here as we hold on to the strap. Not too much, but just enough to fully support the leg as it travels in its circles. And what we're doing now is we're giving the abdominals a little bit more of a break. They don't have to work quite as hard, especially to draw the leg back up towards us. So here, really nice variation, especially if you do want to work on that hip range of motion and mobility. Of course, you can bend your knee even when you're using the strap. This is about making single leg circles accessible to you. So I hope you find something useful from this video today. Please leave me a comment. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you have any interesting ways to make this exercise more accessible, because that's what it's all about, making the exercise serve you best. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.